DS says, this reminds me of something one of my friends does with his comic series, where he leaves the designs and art directions to the artist. Yeah, I think I mean, everyone has a different way of working, you know, and whatever works for you. And, you know, go ahead, Johnny.
Well, it's like we all have our own sandbox that we play in, and we all play in it differently. And I was actually just thinking of it earlier in the sense of the way Corissa writes, because she writes in character from their perspective, and it's so unique. And it's just what works for you, Corissa. And it's just like so awesome that, again, it's all, you know, it's all our different sandboxes that we play in, and we play it all in different ways.
Yeah,
but it all in turn works for us.
Some comic writers write it straight to script. I have to write it in novel form. So yeah, it's a little trickier. Yeah. Double the work.
Yeah, no, I hear you, because I do it in such a backwards way too. So like, I get it. Yeah. DS says, but he has descriptions of how the characters look and behave. That's not a bad idea. Knowing everything about the character, like everything about their personality, it's kind of a good way to go. Amy said, DS is, if an artist your friend works with regularly, I think a good working relationship between an artist and writer can really facilitate that kind of work. Yeah, absolutely.
A good team reinforces each other, as opposed to just, this is the work and this is how it's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. The main villain was the best issues with more cartoony art, because the artist made him very scary than in a realistic art style. Yeah, no, that all that stuff helps. I
wonder if that's a good way to use AI. You know, if you're a person that can't draw well, tell AI what you want to have drawn, and then not steal that, but give it to your artist and say, do something like this.
I find that a slippery slope.
It is.
No, I'm just saying, for people that can't really get out of their minds what they want, you know, visually, just to have some kind of representation. You know, I'm not saying like steal that or use that, but something to go by, you know.
I think I can't. I will never give my artist examples, because I feel like it would he's more likely to copy without realizing it. It's very hard to say someone make it look like this but different.
Like, I think like too, there's certain things too. Like if you want to share a picture and say like, I like this guy's sword, you do something with this sword or with this armor, you know, something like that I think is okay. But
I'll do that with outfits. Like I said, something like these boots, but not these boots. But I wouldn't, like he says he doesn't want to see, he has to redo 2 of my issues, and he goes, I don't want to see any of the panels because I want to do my own thing and do whatever. So
no, that's good. That's usually up to the artist, you know, because if someone tells me to do something, I don't want to look at examples online. You know, I want to try and think of them out of my head first, and then go online and see if, you know, how I did, or if I came close.
So in one of the issues of Sartana, I think it's issue 1 extended edition, I actually pointed to a specific page in Sin City to my artist, because I wanted to replicate the embrace that Hardigan has with Nancy at one point in one of the pages. So I go, I want this embrace to be identical to this. So, and you know, so obviously not to copy specifically what's going on, strictly just the outline, and then fill in the characters accordingly, you know?
Yeah. You like use it as an example of like, this is what I'm looking for, you know, like to hit something like this. Yeah, I get that.
Right.